Stop. There's another one.
Up and away. So we're out here on the front porch with this used Anderson window. And it doesn't have flanges. It originally did, but when it got demoed, they got ripped off, torn off. So we kind of set the window in there like it was a replacement window, and screwed in through the sides. And what I'll do is I'll just make a flange out of this Protecto wrap tape. Kind of pre-crease it. Sometimes you can tear pieces off. And this piece that hangs over can be simply trimmed off, obviously. Trim that up, and that'll be a flap. This guy's right up under an overhang. So I can't go too far up under the other piece. The other piece is going to have to be ripped down actually. So. Good. Jeez. Get that backing off, man. It's like a loaded gun. It is armed and dangerous. All right. You get a nice crease and get it pushed in there tight. So when you trim it out and you put a square piece of like a 1x4 in there, it's not gonna rip it, or it's not getting in the way of your trim. And then just do the opposite down here. Slice that guy as tight as you can to the edge. This has actually got a taper to it. And come on out with it and wrap it up under there and tape it tight. Push that up. So when that water comes down here, it's going to catch that. And what I'll do is caulk right up underneath here where the two come together, and it won't leak. You'll be good. This stuff starts to stick somewhere. You don't want it. You better get to it quick. It don't take but a second, and it's there for life. Well, I like it. The ones with the flange on, it's not that important, especially if it's a vinyl molded window. It's not that important to wrap the edge like this. You don't have to at all. I wouldn't recommend it. But we're making do with some old windows that are going to have problem sealing. Also, this is going to make a dam for the spray foam. If you try to spray foam it before this, it's going to ooze out and then get hard, and you're going to have to trim it all up with a razor knife and then possibly cut your Tyvek. That'll be a mess, so you want to tape it first. And quite honestly, you don't have to come all the way out this far. I'll have it perfected by the last piece as usual. Same as the bottom, cut it, flap that in. The next piece is going to flap over the other way and trim this up. You want it seated so it gets you a nice 90 tight right up in there. Good. And then get the other piece off, top piece. I go ahead and cut this right now. So I just bring that down, slice it flush with the other side, stick it, and then we can get going on the top here. Stick that down, reach around, pull that out, and just let it flop over as you peel it loose all the way down. Cut this. I'll go ahead and stick it because it's trying to stick here now. You don't want that. Come straight out, up, over, stick that, and then I'll go ahead and cut it. Bring that flap down, wrap that little bit around, and that's a good corner. Like I said, you can come back with some caulk and hit it, and you're good to go. Tape this. Now normally, you know, you got the rest of your house above you. This is right up under the porch up above. So to hold this up, we can staple right through this, and it seals up around it, the butyl tape. Excuse me, Karen. Butyl tape is self-sealing, so if you puncture it with a staple or something, it's made to seal up around it. And then stick it up tight. Now that's sealed right around there, around this shim. This guy should have been cut back, but it's good enough to tighten up around it and shave it off. And there it is, flashed with protector wrap flashing tape. And you can hit this thing with a fire hose right now, and it won't leak around it. It'll leak through the window first. Out of tape. Dang it. Well, we'll just use as much as possible here. Alright, I'm gonna start from the bottom up. Damn! Looks like shit. Sitting here dealing with the end of the darn roll. Now I gotta go all the way to frickin' Home Depot to get that much. I just ran out of Protecto wrap, this stuff here, and ran out right there, and I need 3 feet. So I was on the way to Home Depot to get another roll, $17 to go 3 feet, and I remembered I had some of this stuff in the shop. And what it is it's basically the same stuff. It's rubber, butyl, but it's got a aluminum coating on it, and this is for like metal roofs. If you have to do some repairs on metal roofs, this aluminum coating protects it from UV, because UV light will tear up or disintegrate the black butyl. So this costs more, but I only need 3 feet, and it does the same job. It's just as sticky, and it's waterproof, and it actually might work better if any of this is exposed to the sun, which I don't think so. But anyway, I saved the trip to Home Depot. So let me get this up. Probably gonna be a little bit more difficult because of the backing on this just falls right off. So you got the sticky exposed like all the time. So we shall see. There's a little strip here. Got to use what you got. No good self-respecting pack rat would pass up an opportunity like this and go buy new stuff when you got something perfectly good. I just saved 20 bucks because I don't use this stuff that often anyhow. Alright, let's try this little folds. See if it works the same. Now this is not going to work the same because I bet you this stuff does not tear as well. I'm just going to have to rip the whole thing off and hope that it goes on. Oh boy, that's going to be fun when we're on top, I can tell you that. It sticks right away. Same story, and cut it. This stuff is much more sticky. It's like it's half melted already than the other stuff. It's like gooey. This is going to be tough. I might even try to score this backing lightly like that. See how that works. Yeah, it's a pretty straight line. So I just cut lightly through the backing and not the black stuff. Kind of work. All right, let's try to fold it. See if it stays folded. The problem with folding this stuff is getting your fingers back off of it. There we go. That ain't bad. Pull my thumb out of joint. Stick it. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I cut it about a 1/4 inch actually past the corner and wrap that corner over and stretch it on the side, and that makes for a tight corner. You don't even need to caulk it. Done. All right. Now we're ready for some spray foam. All right, we're going to spray foam this window here above the porch. This one's got a pretty good sized gap all the way around it. A lot of times the Tyvek gets in the way. Try to poke that back out of the way. And if it's like hanging out, trim it off and try to get that spray foam on the top and the bottom or either side of it, just so the whole void's closed up with the spray foam. It's just, it has to fill the space. And make sure you got a bunch of windows to do or a bunch of work for this can, because usually once you start spray foaming, you can't stop until the can's gone. The new one's got the little quick stop thing, but if you stop it, a lot of times the foam gets hard in a straw and you can't use it again. So we're going to go from window to window to window, but I'll just show you this one. Green means go. And it's got to be upside down. You got to shake it real good for about like a minute straight. And always use a window and door on windows and doors. Why? Because the traditional stuff, it expands more and with more pressure and will actually pinch the window and the door so it doesn't open right. So this stuff is more pliable and won't do that. Get it all up in there deep. It's a big space, zigzag it a little bit. Like I said, get on either side of that Tyvek. The can got a little sideways. And it's going to expand, so don't fill it all the way. Leave some for expansion. Maybe fill it like 50%. And it's going to ooze out and expand. The window and door dries pretty quick. If you overdo it, you can trim it later. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And what I do is and don't get this on your hands because it doesn't come off. Wipe that off over there, and then had I not made such a mess with it, you can turn this little thing off so it stops oozing. Slide it back, get it off your hands while it's wet, because once it's dry, it's on there. So we're going to let that sit while I hit the other windows and see how much it expands, and then I'll come back and touch it up if there's any voids left. So you want to fill that whole void up. This stuff's hard now. I like to use one of these long razor knives to get it off. So you can kind of just flex it, bend it, and saw it on down. And trim it off. Alright. Try to get a clean cut with a sharp blade so you're not tearing it out. Don't really want to tear at it because you can tear it right on out of there. Let's see. Done. All right, that's about a wrap for this video. We've got the windows all taped up and flashed and sealed, and we have the spray foam inside all done. We're gonna call it a video. This thing's getting kind of long. Just to answer a couple of quick questions I had earlier. Some people asked why I did not put the flange of the window up underneath the Tyvek like you're recommended to do by the Tyvek people. The reason is because on these windows we didn't have a flange, so I kind of had to make a flange out of the flashing tape, and then I just went ahead and adhered it to the Tyvek. It's good sticky stuff, and I believe it's going to make a good seal on there, and plus there's no plywood underneath to kind of lap that up onto and stick the flashing tape to. It's a stick framed building, which leads me to the next question that I've gotten a lot of, and why no plywood? The reason is it's built like a barn. It's post and beam construction, and I know the beams don't run continuous, but it's going to have board and batten siding like a barn, and barns don't have plywood. It's not necessary. The actual siding carries a lot of the load of the roof on a barn, and I built it like a barn. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to see how it rolls. I've done buildings like this before, and it's performed fine. They're plenty rigid and strong when I'm done. Also, what people don't know at this point is the inside's going to have pine board interior walls as well, which is also going to strengthen and give rigidity to the walls. So just stay tuned, and you'll see it'll be fine, and it's going to be a great little cabin. So thanks for watching and sticking to the end of the video, and please like, share, and subscribe. Those likes and subscribes go a long way and helps the channel. And God bless. See you on the next one.